Just going to have a crack. Yes, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it.
Good morning and good morning to you. Welcome to this Monday's episode of Good Morning Tottenham Away, guys. I hope you're all well. An awesome weekend. 3 points to Tottenham, which puts us in the top 4. Officially, we go above, well, for now at least, we go above Aston Villa, who drew their game to Brentford. Listen, the 3 points, 3 points for me personally that were expected at home against, a very struggling Nottingham Forest side, I have to say. It wasn't a straightforward game. It wasn't a straightforward game. The defensive frailties, I spoke about it not long ago. But you know what? Let's start with those. It was a clear ploy from Nottingham Forest, where it seems more than Poro's side, there seems to be more on Udogie's side. Where, Udogie would get drawn out. It would engage with the furthest player wide to the touchline. And then as he gets drawn out, the ball will be played behind him. So, and that's where we're not really set up to sort of deal with those situations. Because if what happens, Udogie will get drawn out, the ball will get played, then the player will run a straight line. Then, Van de Ven would have to come across. And then there's a massive gap between Van de Ven and Romero, who gets split apart. Be on one side or the other, they always get split apart. And that's where the issues then are there for us, really. And that's the area that gets exploited, because Bissouma, who is playing in the number 6 role, is not very... It doesn't see the danger until it's too late. And this is the thing with me, right? This is what I think. If Bissouma moving forward is going to be used as the number 6, we may as well sell him. We may as well sell him. There's no point having him there, because that is not his role. The best Bissouma I saw, probably in the Brighton shirt, he had a lot more freedom, certainly, to attack. He's not one to score a lot of goals, admittedly. It's clear some of the. He gave it a crack a few times in that first half yesterday, but it's not in his forte. So, but he's definitely has a bit more freedom, like a real number 8 has. But in that role, for me, he just doesn't see the dangers well enough. So, I'm not sure why Udogie's always having to go and engage with the widest player, and then this little triangle gets played behind him. And like I said, if either Udogie stays, lets the player have the wide, on a wide area, have the ball, and let the winger, in this case, Timo Werner, deal with that, and he stays intact, and therefore our defence just literally moves as a 1. Or if you're going to have fullbacks, for whatever reason, maybe it's a tactic that we have to go engage to the widest player out, then either the winger helps out a little bit more, and I'll get onto that a little bit as well, or the number 6, upon seeing what his centre-half going across to cover the full-back, he's got to sprint on a straight line and deal with any immediate danger that then, comes onto that. Let me know your thoughts on that, guys. Getting on to the wingers as well. Listen, very encouraging going forward. I thought they did well. Timo Werner, certainly in the one-on-one situations, was a lot more forthcoming than perhaps Spurs Johnson was. But it's always that final ball which led to an own goal. But just generally, it's always that final ball that lets him down. And Johnson, playing against his old club, he contributed as well. The only thing I would say for them is, whilst I know they probably much prefer going attacking, they have to contribute in defensive displays as well, helping out their fullbacks. I don't see enough gel between our wingers and fullbacks. They don't work together as a unit. Make sure that those you know, we encourage and both players on, you know, both sides, fullbacks and wingers, to attack together, but also defend more as a you know, a unison, rather than just let the fullbacks, you know, deal with it on their own. They're not very forthcoming in running at the, you know, towards their own goal and helping out, and just literally. I want to see a bit more togetherness in that. I just feel like the fullbacks are often left to their own devices to defend. And yesterday's, there were situations where they were getting doubled up as well. So, something that we definitely need to work on. So, number 6 becomes, like, for next season, becomes so important to get a real quality number 6. But you know what? There'll be time for me to get into that further ahead. But look, I call him Young Vertonghen. I can't help it. He gives me Jan vibes. You know who I'm talking about. Mickey van der Ven. He gives me Jan vibes every single time. Guys, we have got a gem in our team. Absolute gem. This guy is levels above anyone that we have at a club. Honestly, he really is. In his first season, he's by far been the most impressive player, but also in terms of quality. You know, the covering at the back, his pace, he's a unit. Absolute makes a world of difference having him back in the team. And yesterday, getting his first goal at home in front of our fans at the Lane. Oh, man, he absolutely annihilated that ball in the back of the net. You just think to yourself, that ball was getting played right across the edge of the D, and you just think, someone please just hit that ball. And bang, up steps Van der Ven, who smashes it top bins. So pleased for him. The guy's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And I was saying to the lads yesterday, it's only a matter of time till the most elite teams in Europe will come sniffing at the door to try and prize him away. Unless we do a lot in the meantime to try and get a team that is ambitious, that will make players like Van der Ven believe that Tottenham is the club to be at moving forwards in terms of ambition, in terms of wanting to bring silverware at the Lane. Without that, we will struggle to keep our best players, and he is definitely one of them. But look, guys, top 4, we're back in it. We've got a massive game now at Newcastle away. It's going to be, I wasn't planning on doing, I really wasn't. But you know what, the opportunity came to go to Newcastle away next week, and I shall be going with our Tottenham away crew. So it's going to be a trio of us going there from Tottenham away, and it's going to be, regardless of what the final score will be, it's going to be an awesome day spent together. So we are looking forward to that next week. And lastly, a lot of people, there's a lot of fans online been specifically saying about the Maddison incident, the punch in particular. There's a lot of divided, well, why wasn't he off? Why didn't he go off? He got away one. So divided opinions on Maddison about that. Look, Maddison himself, I think he still shows moments of brilliance, but he hasn't got that edge that he had at the beginning of the season. Seemed to have lost a little bit of that post injury. He contributed massively, but it's good to have Lo Celso back as well, that could compete with him in that area. And hopefully, with the minutes that he's getting now, Lo Celso, hopefully that will give Maddison the edge to really push on and try and up his game a little bit more. But yeah, in that incident, I have to say, and I have to be completely honest, if that had been an opponent of again doing it to one of our players, I'd fully have expected him to go off. And I agree with those who say Maddison should have gone. It was a clear punch. Maybe it wasn't like but nowadays you can see it was very clear. So my opinion on that is, yes, we got away with one. He should have gone. He didn't, thankfully, because losing Maddison for 3 matches, it would have been a travesty. But we definitely got away one, and now we move on to the Newcastle game. That's going to be it's always a hard time for us when we go up there. Let's see how that one pans out. We've got a week to get ready for it. But in the meantime, guys, don't forget, tonight we'll be on the Tottenham away Monday night pod. Make sure you tune in for that 8:30. We'll be speaking about this in a bit more depth. We're speaking about the game in a lot more depth. And, of course, the week and games that awaits not just Spurs, but everybody. The title race is heating up. The places for Europe heating up. Relegation battles. Who will be the 3 to go down? Boy, that's all coming thick and fast. Make sure you join us for that. And we shall speak then. As always, forever always, come on you Spurs.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.